All right, so I'm just going to do a quick primer for Instamat. The first thing we'll do when we open it up is create a new project. The new project will be an element graph, and we will select the PBR template. What you'll see is there's kind of all this stuff that's already in here. Just hit Shift, select all of these nodes, and hit delete. We'll go ahead and plug in some values here. So I'll hit the space bar, type in solid color, plug this into base color, and then we'll hold Alt, click and drag. We're going to set this to grayscale, plug this into roughness, and let's go ahead and lift this value to say maybe 0.8, a good kind of starting point. And same thing here for our solid color. Um, let's go ahead and set this to a maybe 0.4 gray and hit OK. All right, and this gives us kind of a good starting point to start kind of building something. So let's scoot back over here on the graph and we'll hit spacebar and we'll put in brick generator. I'm going to set this to a 4x4 tile, and then I'm going to create a clouds here, and we'll just do a regular clouds, and then we can come in. So what you'll notice by default is this is outputting actually a color map. If you click over here, it'll convert it to a grayscale, which is really what we want. So we'll just drag this out, double click blend. This automatically plugs this top one into the foreground. This one will go to the background. And we're going to switch our blend mode to add. Notice too that you have two different things that you're blending here. You're blending the maps, but you're also blending the masks. So you can actually blend the mask and it will affect what's happening here. But we're going to just blend the height maps, run it through a levels, right? Get the levels to clamp. And notice there's some areas here that are kind of not getting what I need, like right here in the corner. So notice too, by default, you might have this turned on and you can't zoom or scale. If you click it, you should be able to pan around. So notice there's that kind of corner right there. So I'm just gonna make some slight adjustments. There we go. Just to kind of give us a little bit less tapering there. Maybe adjust the seed a little, right, so that it's a little more balanced, and then we'll be able to clamp this a little bit more. We can also adjust some of our gamma. All right, and there's obviously some balancing that could happen here, but for right now, we're just gonna leave it. Let's see if now. Yeah, that's fine. All right, so from there, we'll do a height to normal. And we can now take this and plug this into our normal map. We can also go ahead and notice it's really dark. That's because our ambient occlusion is fully black. We can come in here and let's just do a reroute node. And we'll go ahead and plug these all in. All right. And then we'll do a ambient occlusion. This should brighten up our material. And then plug this into height. And let's go ahead and reroute it this way. It looks like our material is still dark, so maybe I need to lift our veto. And for some reason, this doesn't seem to be showing, so we're just going to right click here and just say, oh, it looks like it's not plugging in. You see this? It's because we accidentally made two. So There we go. Now we're lifting. All right, great. So now we can work on our color map. So let's go ahead and on this brick generator, let's create a flood fill, and we'll do a flood fill to color, and we'll make this a grayscale map. Run this through a gradient map, and we can choose our color here. So let's just pick a couple of standard. Uh, we don't want a grayscale image here. So let's just go ahead and get a couple of like browns, do gray, do right, and then let's plug that out to our output color. And then for our roughness, we can also take this and just run it through a levels. Go ahead and clamp it a little bit and just kind of reduce overall range. Plug that in, and we're gonna work on this a little bit more. Metalness. Okay, great. So we need to create a little bit of space here. It's getting a little tight. So one thing we can do here in Instamat is control right click, and we can shift items to the left, and notice it's just shoving to the left, or we can just hold control and click on hit the arrow key. Okay. So now we've created a little bit of space. And now add a route node there. Maybe bring down the hair. So in fact, yeah, it's fine for right now. And then we can add just right here, I'll add a little more kind of color values. There we go. So now here we can add a little bit more some variation here, let's say on the color map, as well as on our roughness map. So let's just hit spacebar, type in grunge, and you'll see that we get a couple of different grunge marks here. Let's start with this eroded moisture, right? Move this up, and let's go ahead and just blend here. So I'm going to select the connector node here, right click and hit blend, and notice it'll inject it there. And just for right now, I'm just going to blend the same colors on top of each other, and then I'm going to use this as a mask, and I'm going to switch this mode instead of default to maybe something along the lines of I don't know, do what Phoenix does. That looks just like an ad. We'll do a screen. There we go. And maybe we'll reduce the opacity a bit. And then let's do the same over here. Create a little bit of space. Go right here on the, let's move metalness over to here since I don't think we'll be using. And let's just add the same value to roughness. So again, click here, hit blend, and I'm going to plug this into the background, and I'm just going to grab this value and reroute it a bit, just clean this up. All right, and here we're just going to say that we're adding this again. So for our mode, add, and then let's tone it down. All right, and this is kind of just a start. What we're trying to do here is just get initially a quick block out of a tile, and then we'll come in and make some adjustments as we go along. All right. Thank you all.